What's cracking, what's cracking, what's cracking? Everybody. So, I shall say, I'd like to thank every last one of you guys that's clicking on these videos about the typical bodybuilders, the myth, the facts, and all of this. My opinions on the whole why bodybuilders are blase blase. I really appreciate the new subscribers that's jumping on. I appreciate those of you that have the notifications. Now, when I upload a video, YouTube sometimes be way behind you guys. So y'all get the notification, y'all click on it, y'all can't hear the sound. But if you guys wait for a minute or two after getting the notification, the sound will be there, okay? That's a YouTube issue. It's not a Mac truck issue, okay? So I want to talk on this one topic that's always been asked about bodybuilders. Why bodybuilders are always so uptight and want to be the tough guy. And I truly can't relate to the whole tough guy syndrome when it pertains bodybuilding, but I can relate to it when it pertains to psyche. Oh, how it can sometimes make you feel invisible, make you feel larger than life. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, number one, why bodybuilders feel like they're super tough, so aggressive, attitude issues is because before they got the size and the gains and the muscles and the different enhancements pushed into their blood, they were wimps. You see what I'm saying? They were 9 times out of 10 the ones that was being overlooked. Nobody paying attention to them. Nobody asking them a question about how their arms get big, how their back so big. And you can always tell those that's not used to getting the attention because they walk with their arms right here. They have the syndrome of big lats when there's none up under there. You see what I'm saying? So number one is because they not used to getting that attention, so they feel like they're unstoppable. You see what I'm saying? Invisible. They got the invisible lats, walking with their arms like this. Relax it, relax it. Because when you have it, trust me, it don't force you to walk like this. All of that stuff, a bodybuilder is doing it on his own. A bodybuilder is doing it clearly on his own. Number two is because 9 times out of 10, those guys were being bullied. There was the ones in school getting spitballs shot at them, getting their books knocked out of their hand, the girls rejecting them, the girls saying they're ugly. So then when they get muscles, they want to feel tough. So they waiting to try out this muscle, but what they fail to realize is muscle and technique are muscle and having an actual heart to fight and not afraid of being hit is 2 to 3 different things. So the average big tough guy bodybuilder that walks around all big and bad starting fights always end up getting their ass kicked. Why? Because they just have the muscle. They're still that same little bitty boy that was getting bullied on the inside. So they get in their head psychologically that they could take on the world. But in reality, they still had the same form and technique they had as a little bitty guy. Now they have it as a big guy. And now they just macho. Tone it down. You at a 10, bring it to a 1. Because it's always going to be somebody that look regular, no big arms, no big chest, that's going to whoop your ass. You see what I'm saying? It's always going to end up like that because you're not going to get into it with another bodybuilder. It's rare. It's really rare. Number 3, the reason why these bodybuilders are so tough and all aggressive is because they're taking entirely too much Trenbolone. They taking too much Trenbolone. They running too much and running their Anadrol and D-balls extremely long. And then some that really don't have clear sense, they're running halo testing, halo. and it's in their system way too long. So what happened? They get very aggressive. And those are the ones that become women beaters because they can't beat up a man. So they want to keep their woman afraid of them. And next thing you know, they what? Putting their hands on a woman. And that right there gets no respect from me whatsoever. I despise dudes that just put their hand on women. Now, if it's a woman out there and she's just beating your ass and you have to protect yourself, by all means, do that. But do not go and just start tearing your woman down, putting your hands on her, and feeling macho about it. And because guess what? That's still that little bitty boy that was getting rejected by the girls that was saying, you're ugly. Too much Trenbolone. Leave the Trenbolone alone. And if you're going to run Trenbolone, lower your dosages and run acetate to where it's in and out of your system. That testosterone, it will have you feeling like you're Thanos or the Incredible Hulk. And guess what? Spider-Man's gonna come and whoop your ass. Some regular sized dude, natural, not running no enhancements, is gonna whoop that ass, okay? I can pretty much guarantee you that. If it ain't happened yet, it's coming. So the best thing you can do is tone it down. You at a 10, bring it to a 1, okay? Another thing, not only the enhancements, the being bullied, getting rejected by the chicks, guys stepping on them, but their dad, those that was raised in a household with a male figure, they dad physically assaults them. So what do? They go, they put this muscle on because they want to finally be able to show this man that they can protect themselves. So when they accomplish putting fear into the man that used to abuse them, guess what? That was the only person they truly was afraid of. So then they go out into public and figure, okay, I'm not afraid of my dad anymore. I just pretty much made my dad my bitch. He's not ever putting his hands on me ever again. He's not going to ever put his hands on my mother or talk bad to my mother in front of me again. So now anybody in the streets try it, I'm going to lose my cool. But this is the thing. He never had to get physical with his dad because the dad just seen the size and got intimidated. Why? Because his dad is nothing but a little bitty dude that dealt with rejections, that dealt with getting bullied, that dealt with the same thing that his son is going through. So all he's doing is passing it down generation to generation. You see what I'm saying? And that's why he what? Take it out on his son because he finally found somebody he can bully. And that's why he take it out on the mom. He finally found the chick that ain't rejecting, but now he want to take out the frustration of all the other women that rejecting. See what I'm saying? It's a pattern. So when you get these enhancements and these different chemicals into your body, you got to be mature enough to be able to battle through them urges of lifting way more than you should just because you could. Because the ligaments and the tendons are not growing or getting strengthened enough to the amount of size that you put on as fast as it is. It ain't matching. It don't match, which means you got to let the ligaments and the tendons catch up. And it takes a long time for it to catch up. And when you don't, that's when you overstretch the ligament. That's when you tear the tendons and the muscles, and that's when the injuries come along. Why? Because of the chemicals, chemically imbalanced from the enhancements that we putting into our bodies. So you got to be very mature when it comes to this stuff. Okay, now let's bring it on up to the rear. I truly feel like those that is out there acting extremely macho and aggressive is a tactic to keep those guys that's really about that life that's extremely macho and aggressive, to keep them at bay, to keep them far away from them because they don't want to be exposed. So they go above and beyond to talk all this gangster stuff, above and beyond talk all this murder and killing stuff when they ain't murdering and killing anything. A lizard could run through their house, they gonna scream like 3 bitches. See what I'm saying? So it's a what do you call that? A stall tactic. a diversion of hiding who they truly are. So they like, okay, I got this size, so now I can act tough and they truly believe me. Versus when he was this little bitty guy that was getting bullied, getting spitball shot on him, getting rejected by women, that tough guy role wasn't working. Why? Because the image couldn't portray that he was anything, right? So the moment the muscle comes on, all of the yokeness, the size and everything, he could act tough as he want. But those type of guys right there always get exposed because you'll have someone like me, myself. I always see myself with the little man complex because the heaviest I was without enhancements was like 175, 172, and I was lifting the gym, right? And I was very, very, very dangerous. You see what I'm saying? So I still had that same mentality. So the moment I got bigger, I actually started toning that down. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because I already have this look. So 9 times out of 10, there's no one going to start anything. So I don't want to invite it. So I tones it down. When I was smaller, it was always coming towards me and I was welcoming it, you know, and I'm just designed to not fold. You see what I'm saying? You're going to have to really hurt me. You're going to have to really hurt me because I'm not fit to just fold, you know? So, I still have that same mentality, but with me, for some odd reasons, the enhancements actually mellowed me out, which is weird as shit. Like, they really like just mellowed me out to where that maybe I needed that extra chemically balance versus the chemically imbalance. So it just made me a whole lot more patient, a whole lot more easy to be around. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't know. It's weird. It's weird as shit. I don't understand how it did the opposite with me. Because you got to remember, guys, I'm still in them LA streets. I'm still in the suburban areas. I'm still out there and I'm still doing normal life as a normal person. And I don't have run-ins. You know, I don't have those type of issues. And the average person that's taking this stuff, they've been and had 100 fights by now being in those areas where I be, or shootouts or somewhat. You see what I'm saying? And you guys know, Mac Truck don't come off like this tough guy. I'm not talking prison. I'm not talking jail. I'm not talking robbery. I'm not talking murder. I'm not talking anything whatsoever that pertains to that type of stuff because I don't invite it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just blessed that it did the totally opposite for me. And the results are amazing. But we have those that don't get the chemically balanced the way I do. And they go to the whole tough guy exterior and they go above and beyond and they screaming and yelling too much and they the ones in the gym gotta be seen. And it's like they waiting for a problem just so they could try out them new muscles. And in reality, they really ain't about that life. You see what I'm saying? Because if they was, they wouldn't be carrying that to the gym. They would be out in them streets looking for that problem, but they go amongst the peoples in the gym, just getting off work or going to work, exhausted, trying to get theirs in, their daily routine in the gym so they could go home, relax, cook, eat, get up and repeat the cycle. You see what I'm saying? So these guys are picking and choosing who they want to be tough with. And those are very dangerous peoples. Why do I say they're very dangerous? It's because they're harming themselves. They're harming themselves because they pumping more and more and more and more gear. And what be the outcome? They health becomes very bad. With all that trend, the blood pressure rises so high, then what you have? A heart attack. Too much Trenbolone, a heart attack. I try to give you guys some jewels on what I use because I don't have high blood pressure, diabetes, anything of that. Blessed to be able to not have those issues. And I know that the Cialis, a quarter pill of Cialis a day helps with not only controlling the blood pressure, also flushing the pump, getting the blood pumped to the muscle that I'm working out on and everything. Most guys gonna take it to have sex and everything. Me, I could care less about that. I'm just trying to change my body. I'm just trying to continue looking good. I'm just trying to continue having a healthy mind state and keeping my mental health in check. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame no one for any of my outcomes. I don't tell no one what they should or shouldn't be doing with their life. And all I do is just give it to you gun barrel straight. So that's my opinion on why bodybuilders are always aggressive and want to be the macho tough guys, because in reality, they ain't ever been tough. And now they got the muscles, they still ain't tough. Because a regular guy like you that's not taking anything, maybe a pre-workout and a creatine, just the creatine because you don't want to eat that much red meat and you want to get the water pushed into the muscle instead of just under the skin and the fat. So it's guys like you that'll take these big dudes like myself and my other colleagues that's big guys and dog walkers. However, I'm still agile and I'm still giving out respect out the gate, so I don't have to worry about you little motherfuckers out there whooping my ass, okay? I don't have to worry about that. I don't want no smoke with y'all. Absolutely none. I don't even smoke. No. I don't even smoke, okay? So, anywho, it's the People's Champ, giving it to y'all gun barrel straight. That's raw and uncut, no filter. Those of you that's not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification so y'all can stay on top of the content and everything. We about to start new videos. We did the 300 challenge. We're going to start off with the 600 challenge. It's going to be very challenging. We're going to start off with the 600 challenge. And we're getting real close to launching the new product. And I guarantee you guys, if y'all liked that Alpha Liquids, you guys are going to love this one. This one is a monster. And I shall say, I am very proud of this one. And I made sure that I got everything encrypted, done right, so can't nobody hack or tap into anything, because I just don't want to have any issues on my end when it pertains to looking out for my community. You know, you guys really support my journey. Y'all are part of my journey. Those of you that keep in contact with me, I'm a part of y'all journeys. And let's just continue rocking out with our cock out. Until next time, I'll smell y'all later. Keep.